Okay, my name is John Hanna. I'm here with Danny Saldivar, and we're going to be talking about the education reform proposal. So in your proposal, you talk about education reform with physical education. My first question is, how would students who lack the capability of performing physical education tasks fit into the system? Are we holding the physically fit at a bias and promoting and favoring the physically fit?
Well, generally, with this program, we're not actually favoring the physically fit. We're understanding that there are going to be some students, some children that are not going to be able to actually compete or be able to work with physically fit students. So basically what we're going to do within this particular education reform is that we're going to implement a particular regime that works with the students somewhat similar to what you would find at any of your local gyms, maybe 24-hour LA. Basically with those particular gyms is that if there's a person that's overweight or simply cannot actually achieve normally what you would assume that they would do, like running 2 miles at a certain time, they'll work their way into the program at a slow pace, so pace that they're ready for, and once they're ready, they can actually be assimilated within the general population of the students. At that point, they'll be able to actually compete with like I said, the general population. But no, we are not actually placing an emphasis on physically fit students. We're actually placing an emphasis on the not physically fit students, just because the fact is that they need the most help overall. We understand their position that they're in, and we want to make sure that they're in their healthiest form possible. While I understand that there is a possibility that they might be ostracized by those students just because they are not physically fit, but with the core tenets that we are teaching, which I'm sure you're going to be asking later, we're going to teach them that those fellow students are not weak because they cannot actually compete or actually achieve the same amount of physical fitness, but they're working hard and they're achieving what they want to achieve, and that for that they should be applauded for.
Okay, great. And my next question is, military styles of school imply strong discipline and authoritative control. Many argue that this type of system would thwart creativity and innovation in education. How would you respond to this?
No, that's actually completely false. It was actually, I gave a quotation in the very beginning of my presentation stating about discipline actually frees the mind to be able to achieve everything that you want. An example, if you have the discipline to achieve something, say if you want to learn the guitar, you need the discipline to continuously practice the rudimentary so you can actually one day finally express yourself at a more grander level. Discipline is simply a means to organize yourself so you can put onto paper, or you can do what you want in a better way. And just because it is authoritarian, and just because it's a little bit more strict, it does not mean that it's going to stifle creative activity. With this particular education reform, we're actually placing a lot of emphasis on the liberal arts, may it be music, may it be drawing, any form of art. So the physical is not also being worked, but the mental, but the more creative side of the mind.
Awesome. All right. And the reform of the K-12 system to one of a military academy still insinuates kind of like a one-size-fits-all education system. How would you contest critics that argue that the core problem of education isn't being solved? This whole one-size-fits-all.
Generally with education, we've seen the whole idea of standardized testing, like what we've had when we were in high school, middle school, and elementary school, just a standardized test for a one-size-fits-all. We saw it didn't work as well. The thing is with the military, excuse me, with this military program, it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's actually, sorry, I'm coughing. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's more an overlapping umbrella, basically. It's not, oh, we're going to shove you into a box and hopefully you fit. It's more like we're going to cover you all and make sure each person is being cared for individually, but as a whole. The general with the military teaching is that you work as a unit to achieve the goal, but each person has their strengths and weaknesses, and you compensate accordingly. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's we work as a best together, and we rely on each other at the very end. Perfect. Thank you.